Welcome back to another New York City vlog. I was in New York for 10 days and Alex came with me this time, which was so lovely. We flew out on a Friday and were there for the weekend and the whole of the next week. And on Wednesday, Cassidy and Rory took the train up from DC to New York, and we spent Cassidy's birthday in the city, which was so lovely. On our first day in New York, we just took it easy. So kind of walked around Midtown, saw the New York Public Library, the Empire State Building, the Rockefeller Center, and we also walked up to Central Park and grabbed some Chick-fil-A for lunch. It was Alex's first time having Chick-fil-A and he seemed to really like it. And then we walked back to our hotel, which was in Midtown, kind of looked around Times Square, which was very overwhelming, as Times Square is. On the second day, I woke up pretty early and I went for a run. And I will tell you, experiencing New York on a Saturday or Sunday early morning is an interesting experience, because you're getting like everyone who was out partying, etc., or out late last night. You're getting them like early morning. So it was quite funny and a little bit concerning. But then we did the High Line walk and we went to Greenwich and Tribeca, which was so lovely. I think Greenwich Village is probably my favorite area. And we also took the subway, which I didn't do the last time I was here because I'm always afraid I'll get lost. But I think I did master the subway during this trip, which I was very excited about. And then I also went to see Funny Girl, which was incredible. It was such an amazing production. The score is amazing, and I booked that last minute, so I was so happy that I was able to see it. And here is a little clip of Times Square as well. Again, very busy, probably my least favorite part of New York, but we were staying near there, so got to see it lots. And then Radio City Music Hall. Alex made a little joke to me here that we're some, sort of like Instagram. We're doing the Instagram couple thing, which he thought was really funny. But I told him that he'd be happy that I got this clip of us, which I think he will be when he sees this. So on this day, we went to Liberty Island and Ellis Island, and initially we thought this was just going to be a couple hour trip, but it ended up being pretty much the full day. So we got there early morning, and I think we left at around 4:45. It took ages to get the ferry back to Manhattan, just because there were so many people, but it was a really great experience. I'd never done this before, so this was something new, and this was definitely something that Alex really wanted to do. I think he said it was like top 3 on his list, so I'm happy that we were able to do that. And we also were quite lucky with the weather, because a few days after we went to Liberty and Ellis Island, it got really hot. Like it was 36, 37 degrees. So quite lucky that we did it on a day where it wasn't horrifically hot. It was still hot, but it wasn't, scorching. There she is, Madame Liberty, and the view of Manhattan from the ferry was so incredible. I left Alex to his devices. He loves to take his time and take stuff in, and I'm very I'm in and I'm out. So I sat at the cafe outdoors with a glorious lemonade and read Essays on Immigration, which is a book that I got at the gift shop. Ellis Island was great. I think Ellis Island I enjoyed more than Liberty Island, because there was a lot more, I felt like the history was just a bit more interesting. After that, we ended up going to Wall Street and seeing the London Stock Exchange, which I had done when I was younger but hadn't done for a very long time, so I was happy that I was able to do that. And then we went to the 9/11 memorial, which again I had never seen before, so very happy that we got to go and see that. We unfortunately didn't get to go to the museum, so we'll have to do that another time because that is something that I do really want to do. Fun fact about the New York subway, if you've never been to New York, they are air conditioned, which is fantastic given the horrific heat during the summer. We went to Bubby's in Soho, which was a recommendation that Haley gave us, and it was so good, but the portions were horrific, and I think Alex was slightly traumatized because I think we had a pancake each. We ordered two portions. I think we had a pancake each and then we couldn't finish the rest, and he hates wasting food, so I think he left slightly traumatized, but the food was very, very good, so I would highly recommend, but make sure that you are just careful with what you order, maybe ask for some help. Dumbo Brooklyn was one of my favorite things that we did. I don't think I had ever really been to Brooklyn before, so this was something that I really wanted to do when I was there, and I'm so happy that we were able to do it. It was amazing. This was one of the days where, I think this was like one of the hottest days. It was 36 degrees. There was nowhere to hide from the sun. It was very difficult to find shade. It was quite difficult to kind of walk around, particularly because on this day we decided to walk the Brooklyn Bridge back to Manhattan, and that's about a 40-minute walk, and there's no shade. Luckily, Alex had his umbrella, so I looked like a proper tourist, a proper English tourist, in my little white sundress and my umbrella over my head to try hide me from the heat. But this was an amazing experience, and the views were just incredible. Cass and Rory finally arrived, and we spent, this was Cassidy's birthday, quite a lot of time in Central Park. We also went to the MoMA Museum, which was lovely, but again, I'm one of those people who's in and out in an hour. Like I don't stay in museums for too long, kind of walk around, see what I want to see, and then I'm good to leave. Central Park is one of my favorite places in the entire world. I love it so much. So I was so happy that we were able to spend so much time in the park just wandering around. It's massive. It's not, I think it's a lot bigger than most people think it is, but it really, really is massive. So we got to see different parts of the park, and we got to sit down and, you know, read our books and just chill out and chat, which was just so lovely. Joe's Pizza is one of the best pizza places in New York, and we had that, I believe, on the eve of Cassidy's birthday, which was delicious. And then we went to the Strand Bookshop, which was on my list. That is Tick, Tick, Boom, so they filmed a scene from Tick, Tick, Boom there, which was fantastic because it's one of my favourite films. But this bookshop truly was amazing, and I walked away with a fair few books. And then we went back to Central Park with our books, and we sat down after lunch and we just read and chilled out there, which was just so lovely. Ellen Stardust Diner, unfortunately, we didn't end up going there because the queue was just so long and we were seeing a show in the evening, so we didn't get to go, but that's okay. I'll go some other time. This is the lobby of our hotel. We stayed at the Arlo Midtown. Highly recommend the Arlo Hotel. It is gorgeous. We had such a lovely room, so really enjoyed our stay there. And then we popped into the Empire State Building on our last day just to get a photo. I didn't vlog as much as I had initially planned to, but that's okay. I was just so immersed in the moment and being present, so I'm not mad about that. Thank you so much for watching if you've stayed to the end. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.